Good morning, everybody. James from Baltimore. Welcome, world, and everybody in the state, out of state, in country, out of country. Did a little bit different thing today. I took some notes down on paper, and I'm thinking what I'm on right now is a cell phone, cellular phone, cell phone, whatever. And it's the old terminology that came out with the word or if how it sounds. To me, it sounds like it is cell phone, kind of like almost in captivity or you're a prisoner. But then again, you have the freedom of mobility to walk and make decisions and communicate and also keep a human nature of yourself towards one another. I mean, cell phones have made it more advanced in technology and capabilities to do much more, which is a wonderful thing. Don't get me wrong, technology is a beautiful thing, but for the human experience that most people go through, I'd say it's lacking the capabilities to actually express true love for one another, or even the consideration of actually caring for one another, versus the idea of being trapped in illusion because you can make a selfie or put a filter over yourself to disguise the true love and glory and beauty of what you are and who you are individually. That makes you unique. No. Gonna get closer. Might have some imperfections here. Okay, but there's no filter on this. I don't use filters. Um, Abba, my God, gave me my who I am. And transformation, I've come a long way. Hard work, dedication, no makeup, no filters. Just saying. Okay, so back to the story here. Story time. Okay, what I'm saying is, if cell phones are so free, then why is the word cell in the cell phone? If cell is a place of captivity or to be imprisoned. I understand. Back in the day when I was born in 1983, believe it or not, I will be 43 this year in August on the 4th in Baltimore. Not to mention, we grew up, we had phones that were attached to landlines, and there was cords in the home, and we were binded by the house when we spoke on phones, or generally just speaking in homes. Although I feel the fact in this matter, and this is truly from my heart, and this is how I feel. Although we were binded and connected to a line in the home versus a cell phone that is a frequency, which I do believe a lot in the frequency, don't get me wrong, and signals. But the thing is, people don't understand the power of which it happens. But there is a cell phone tower that is emitting frequency that is not very well for most people, as you can tell. People don't talk about it, but anyhow, it doesn't matter. That's a whole nother story. We'll get to that. And that's people say theories and conspiracies, and okay, they get all into that. But my point is this: that being binded from home by a cord, people actually still ate together. People did things together. There was more of a more peaceful harmony and sublime situation between one another in love and purity. Um, I mean, biblically, I can drop the hammer on it and say once they took prayer out of school and out of the general public, it lacked. And people became, of this time of revolution, lovers in themselves. And the violence and hatred kind of breeds itself with the captivity of knowing that you're under somebody's thumb and other different opinions that would drag you down and make you feel that kind of way. But like I said, me, my Abba, you, maybe Abba, or your higher power, however you look at it. But to base it off of the fact is that the frequency that comes off of those cell phone towers, yes, are a bit emitting when it comes to like radiation or something. But you ever heard of the terminology? Like basically, when it says you put a cell phone up to your ear, and it the frequency or the radiation can affect your brain. I've heard that. I mean, you can look into it, do some googling, do some work, but it might cause the transmission and something wrong in your mind. That's what they say. Okay, But I never heard them say that by a landline phone. I mean, think about it. Also, landlines connected into Earth of the Earth and travels through water and of the land, and they're covered and coated in a I say insulator that protects. I mean, not to mention, I mean, to be copper. Copper is a great source of energy that, or even fiber optic for light, but yet alone it's energy, isolated and put in one transformation to another, to a point to point, connecting place to place, and connectivity. But it does make it easier to open up and have a airflow of frequency too. I mean, don't get me wrong. But you get closer to a 5G tower, and the waves start coming and the frequencies start pounding upon you. Tell me how healthy that truly is when you can get close to a landline, right? That's grounded, and you're perfectly fine. Um, like I said, think about it. Not to mention, I mean, I got my little notebook, my handy dandy notebook, right? That's for little kitties. Um, I mean, I could see it out there. Just sit there and write that. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Some of the little notes I just jotted just for, why nots would be basically the idea of, uh, like I said, I mean, being binded in your home, the family stayed together. I mean, they talked, they prayed, they sat down at the table. I mean, name the last time that you actually sat down with your family members. Put your cell phone down for a minute, right? Sat at a table and ate in union with one another in family and oriented situation. How many times do you go on a date with your significant other and actually put your cell phone in your pocket or put it away or leave it in your car? I mean, really, think about it. Is it truly possible to put that cell phone down for a minute? And look at me, well, wait a second, wait a second. I know people are gonna watch this and are like, well, he's got a cell phone all the time in his hand, but I'm bringing my cell phone when I meet up with my significant other. And there was a separation that happened, yes, but that's trial and tribulation. That's a whole nother story. Oh, by the way, watching this, Rachel, I love you. Um, we already made arrangements so when we come together, cell phones go down, and it's her and I time. Anyhow, but my point is this: if you're, um, you know, grounding yourself, um, I think you're more secure, in my opinion, spiritually, um, connecting with one another, nature, in love and harmony, versus having a brick in your hand that I'm talking to right this second, as you can tell, as a general thought and idea, um, versus the radiation that transmits. And I know this can bounce around a little bit, but just think about it. I mean, I'll even bounce it even more. How about that? Back in the day, the idea of drinking out of a copper bottle could like electrify energy into water to make it living, right? Which would be greater. I mean that. I mean, me. I'm gonna be honest. Though, I'm a tap water drinker, and speaking from experience, and people get scared because of fluoride and all kinds of stuff in different states. I mean, maybe the filtration is a positive but negative situation that could occur, versus the idea of going out and just getting filtered bottled water. I actually know. I grew up on tap water in Baltimore. Um, I went to the great lengths of actually drinking everything but water for the longest time, but now I drink over a gallon or more of water a day. I will tell you this much, that I'm getting even healthier every day. I mean, healthier. Tell me why I could lose 100 pounds in a year or more, right? A little less than a year, right? Say it's 11 months. 100 pounds I had shedded. Um, my complexion's gotten a lot better. my health and my mind and clarity has gotten much better as well. And yet they say fluoride is it's bad for you. I know. What do you got? I mean, I don't want you to go out and to say, let me grab a tube of toothpaste and eat it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm sure there's a benefit of brushing your teeth to look well, but I don't think the benefit of eating toothpaste is something significant that has massive fluoride in it. Maybe there's a degree of fluoride that could be consistent with water, or is it just the fact that there's other elements that is harmful that could be filtered, which is okay. Okay, I agree. Good idea. We should do that. But I don't see the fact is if it runs through copper lines as water does back in the day, tell me why the generation gap in strength has significantly weakened strength wise versus the idea of it becoming more intelligent. Where's a filtration, it would be great, but most people are tapping into bottled water versus the tap of water that comes from lines under the earth. I mean, regardless, if you think about it, you get that bottle of water and it just gets purified and everything. Does it not maybe come from a tap of water, a source inside? I mean, have you ever tried drinking ocean water once? Or when's the last time you had spring water, like real spring water, or sparkling water? Um, I can't see myself not getting the idea of wrapping my own thoughts and processes around maybe getting a copper water bottle because I think it may be some kind of connection to living or putting energy into it because I mean it comes out of copper, but a line water comes out of copper. Why not? Versus the installation of protecting myself and thinking that I'm a conductor. I'm not a conductor, but an insulator in life. But yet we are conductors made of water and energy, right? Water and energy. And then maybe the resonation of my voice as it feeds into you at the moment, you think, well, the frequency, you know, comes out of me. I always tell people the word that people that are not the people, the word the Lord spoke was let there be light, and then maybe that's fiber optic in light. But think about it. I mean, cell phone being in a cell, trapped, landline being binded but free. I mean, a family that prays together stays together, and that's just the facts. I mean, other than that, it's if you think about it, are you really free when you have a cell phone, or were you free when you were stuck by a landline? If you can count how many times that people actually were more significant and caring towards each other back in the day, more peaceful and simple times, if it made it simple to have a cell phone versus the simple thought of not, who was truly free then, us or them? Who used their mind more? If you ever thought about it, people were more consistent of using their mind without a cell phone back then versus the simple fact they could sit there and Google and have something told to them so they follow. So, are you really free with the cell phone? Or were you free when you're binded and grounded to the earth? Versus the frequency that gets put off if you get too close to that tower. Is it not that safe? Or do you think radiation is going to rip you apart? Or is it that the fact is the installation of a landline grounded wire that ran through, even though it would be stepping back in time sometimes, would be more significant? I mean, just think about the nature and everything around us that flies or goes by, or your children and the next generation. I think people don't prioritize themselves for the future and they just think for the moment and live for now, but prepare for now and have a better future. I mean, how's that sound? I mean, other than that, how many people actually text and drive and have horrific, traumatic, and even, you know, people die more often from texting on that cell phone, right? Than the average person picking up a bottle and going for a ride. Think about the statistics on that once. I mean, I'm not hating on cell phones, believe it or not. They're very helpful and they're handy. But the realization is, are you truly capable enough to handle it? Or is it the fact is that maybe there should be an age limit before you put a cell phone in somebody's hand? Versus the fact is, landlines are nice too, and it's good to get out and about and take all these pictures and stuff. Don't get me wrong. But even I'm a simple man, and I know sit down once in a while, go out in nature with your family, or not, it doesn't hurt to have dinner either. I mean, put your priorities and perspectives in play. Me personally, I put my Abba, my God, Father, on the threshold of my life, and of course you have your wife or your significant other, and your children. But at the end of the day, if you think about it, where's your perspectives and where's your day and your life lie and where you go? Are you in a cell or are you attached to a landline and being grounded and living? I mean, either way, it depends on your personal preference, but then are you strong enough to, you know, bring family back together, um, communicate, and be a little bit nicer to one another? How about this? Like little children say, play nice, people, play nice, kids, play nice. I mean, the other ideas of drinking out of the copper bottle, that's, you know, a theory, maybe, or maybe it's facts. But I do believe that when the landline was around, family were a lot more communicative and got together and did more things together. I do believe once they buried that cell phone in their hand and their mind upon it, people started pulling away instead of coming together. Love one another, love yourself, not as a lover to be something vain or vague, but to have worth, right? And no, no, put the cell phone down some, step away, and be free. Even if you're binded in one particular area at the moment, have dinner, break bread with one another. You know what I'm saying? Um, don't text and drive. I mean, it's hard enough to focus on chewing gum and walking down the street at the same time, let alone operating a vehicle that has the approximate weight of maybe 13 to 12, about 2 ton or about a ton and a half of weight, 2,000 pounds or plus. I mean, come on. Life is irreplaceable, but then again, like I said, the power is within you. I mean, either way, the frequency or the energy. I mean, because we are a source. Um, we are energy and we are electric and water. But then again, like I said, cell phone being cell, binded or being alive, stay grounded, and you're loved. Just a little ramble thought going through. I mean, let that resonate and think about it. How about that? Much love for everybody. I love you guys. James from Baltimore. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Stay cool, stay dry, and don't get too hot in the heat. And if you're cold, put a little blanket on or something. You'll be alright. You're loved, everybody. God bless. Praise Abba.